Hello everyone, I'm here to give you a review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S 10.5. My version is the dazzling white with 16 gigabytes internal storage and Wi-Fi only. We'll go around the outside first. On the bottom you have a microphone. Along the right side you have your micro USB charging port. You have your micro SD card slot and your right speaker. Along the top you have your IR blaster for your remote, and then you have your volume rocker and power button. Along the back you have your 5 megapixel rear facing camera along with a flash and your Samsung logo. And then on the left side you have your audio 3.5 millimeter audio jack and then your left speaker. On the front you have your recent apps button, your home button and back button. Then you have your 2.1 megapixel front facing camera and light sensor along with the Samsung logo. Internally, or the screen, it has a 2560 by 1600 WQXGA Super AMOLED screen, which looks really great and sharp, at least that's what I think. As the name says, it has a 10.5 inch screen. Sorry, my camera doesn't want to focus today. And don't forget you also have split screen with pretty much every Samsung product, so that takes really good advantage of the big screen. It runs Android 4.4 KitKat, which isn't 5.0 Lollipop, but it still works. Most likely soon you'll have the Android 5.0 Lollipop. At least that's what they say. It weighs about 1.2 pounds and is 0.26 inches thick, which is really thin. It has a 7,900 milliamp hour battery, 3.8 volt lithium ion. And their website says it has 139 hours music playback, 12 hours video playback, and up to 9 hours depending on use. And don't forget you have ultra power saving mode. It has 3 gigabytes of RAM, and the processor is Samsung's own Exynos 5 Octa, which I believe it uses the big little setup, which is 2 quad cores, big for high powered processes and little for smaller processes. The big is clocked at 1.9 gigahertz and the little is clocked at 1.3. It does feature Samsung's own traditional TouchWiz, which of course doesn't come without its hiccups and heaviness. It has GPS as well as usual slew of sensors as well as fingerprint sensor built into the home button, as well as Bluetooth 4.0 and supports 802.11 AV GNN AC, 2.4 gigahertz and 5. Included with mine came a program called Handcom Office, I'll show you, which is basically like Microsoft Word, but on Android you don't have to pay for it, which is great. Sadly with Microsoft you have to pay for theirs. I'll show you split screen if I can. This is one of Handcom's, and then this is their Word. For whatever reason it's installing, but Handcom, it's actually really nice. I've used it a couple times. It's a lot like Word, but better built for like Android or tablet or everything, whatever. And then if you swipe to the left, you have your Paper Garden and little news. It's I haven't used it yet. I haven't set it up. I've only had this tablet since December. I got it for Christmas. I already have all my games and apps and everything loaded on it, but I like it. It's the biggest tablet I've ever had. I do recommend purchasing a case for this. I had got an Otterbox Defender case the weekend after, which was way too expensive. And this tablet itself is not that cheap, considering how big it is. It's actually pretty well. It's $500, comes in 2 colors, and is only available in 16 gigs, but don't forget you have the expandable storage. It's really light compared to its size. It feels really thin without a case. Um, I bought my Otterbox. It was $97. It's, if you want, I can make a review of it if anybody posts it in the comments. I can't talk today. It almost feels fragile. It has Gorilla Glass 3. Samsung does sell cases. That's what these little clips are for on the back. They have cases that these clip into. I've seen a couple of reviews, and I've seen people try to pull them out, and it seems like they're kind of hard, so I just opted for the Otterbox. Plus, I seem to drop stuff a lot. I like it. It's really light, really thin. If you're like a businessman, you have Handcom Office, which is great. You have PowerPoint, Excel, Word, everything, and you have split screen. You know, you can drag and drop to each screen, or you know, you could have like a internet browser open and be doing a PowerPoint, or dragging and dropping stuff to the other side. It comes in really handy. Sadly, it doesn't come with the stylus, which that's the note line, but the screen is the reason why I bought this. It's 2560 by 1600. It's super AMOLED. It has super dark blacks. Like if you're watching a YouTube video and you pause it in a black screen, you won't tell whether it's on or off. It's really great. Plus, you can watch YouTube videos in 1440p, which I didn't know you could do. And you have your drop down. You got your location, Wi-Fi, screen rotation, adaptive display, ultra power saving mode, which when you touch, it'll give you a little notification. You can hit OK, it'll give you 65 days of battery. Supposedly, I haven't tested it, but that's what they say. If I can get back out of it. Well, let's see in that. You also have your power saving mode. You can turn off the split screen. You have let me get out of this real quick. There we go. Well, that's doing that. You have your normal power saving mode, which when you go into, you can put it in gray, which is kind of cool. I like it. The longest I've gotten out of this that I've done, I use it really heavily, and that's 15 hours, but that was still at, I want to say, down to 25%, which is still usable. You know, you have your normal drop down, you have Bluetooth 4.0, you have your reading mode, smart stay, smart pause, power saving, blocking mode, airplane mode, and private mode, which is new, and touch sensitivity, of course. Private mode, what it does is you swipe your fingerprint and then puts you in this private setting, which whatever you put in private mode, it'll stay there and you have to use your fingerprint to unlock. So if there's anything you want to hide, or you don't want anybody else to get to if you keep your tablet unlocked, you can use that. It comes in, I haven't used it a whole lot, but I guess it would come in handy. And then, you know, you got your normal stuff. The settings list has changed. I have a Galaxy S4, which is kind of old, and this has allowed me to get used to the new stuff. And, you know, you got your private mode, and you have your different folders of stuff and whatnot. I like it. It's nice. It's kind of expensive, but the screen is one of the best screens that you can buy right now on a tablet. Supposedly it's great for people who have cameras. It's good for editing because you got all of the colors, and it's nice. Thanks for watching.